Hey guys, it's Brendan Borman, and in today's video, we're going to be playing Clash Royale, taking a little bit of a break from TwoSeventy to bring you the tower defense game that I've been playing for many years. This is 2v2 mode. We're going to play until we lose. Good luck to our opponents, but better luck to our teammates. In this deck, we are rocking a pretty expensive, some cards, including the P.E.K.K.A., the Meta Knight, as well as the Lightning spell. We do have some cheap cards to also counteract that average, bring that down a little bit, including the Fire Spirits, which is just 1, the Zap spell, which is just 2, and we have the Tornado spell, which is a high risk, high reward, and that goes really well with my teammate's Fireball. Unfortunately, our Royal Giant from our opponent is going to die. Here comes the Goblin Barrel in. And even though we have a log from our opponent, we're going to get several hits off from this healer, keeping other cards alive. And look at our tower going down. We're now down to 263. So we have our P.E.K.K.A. going up the left-hand side. We're going to throw down a big giant Meta Knight with all the HP. And then we have a Zap spell in case some cards come down that are really cheap, like Goblins or Skeletons. However, we can zap that Inferno Tower once it locks onto our P.E.K.K.A. Hopefully our P.E.K.K.A. can get to that main bridge. It does not. We have Goblin Gang and a mini P.E.K.K.A. coming down in defense. Our Ice Wizard is able to get off several hits on the tower, but not before succumbing to the mini P.E.K.K.A. Hopefully our tower can take care of this mini P.E.K.K.A. Yes, it does. Right at the last second. That would have wiped us out. We are able to put a Furnace down in the bottom left-hand corner. And our opponents are going to counter with a Princess. The pesky little Princess is going to throw arrows. We do get 1 hit off on the Princess, taking it to half damage. But a healer is going to come down. So we're going to distract the Princess and the healer. We have a mini P.E.K.K.A. as well as our big P.E.K.K.A. Here comes the Royal Giant, and here comes a Witch right behind it. Got our Zap in case the Inferno comes, but we get a Tornado instead. We tornado it together, but we have to give the oops because we confused our teammate who threw the Fireball into nothing. We're going to zap this Inferno Tower, but we've got a Balloon, a P.E.K.K.A., a Royal Giant. That's going to be a good game. So we're starting off this match 1-0. Thank you. Let's see if my teammate is going to stay around for the long haul or if he's going to ditch us after one match. Did get a little bit of extra bonuses there, and he left us. So, gonna have to match up with another teammate, learn his cards, and I love 2v2 mode. 1v1, of course, I've been playing Clash Royale for years. 2v2 is just more cards, more things that you have to watch, and kind of the randomness I like. It's more exposure to more cards, different strategies. And so if you've not played Clash Royale, I recommend 2v2 mode. We're going to start off again with our Furnace. I'm going to put that on the right-hand side. Looks like our opponents are going to send some Goblins in. We also have, I forget the name of this card, but it rushes the tower and then Barbarians come out. And the Dark Prince is going to clean that up nicely. The Valkyrie comes in from the left-hand side. It does splash damage. And so our P.E.K.K.A. is going to meet that at the bridge. We've got Wall Breakers coming in on the right side. Those are going to be arrowed. We're just going to send a Zap spell, which should take care of half of the damage from the Wall Breakers, but also get a hit on the tower. Our P.E.K.K.A. continues up the left side. It is met with bats, so we're going to tornado that as Goblins on the right-hand side take down the giant Goblin. The tower on the right is doing pretty heavy damage with some kind of arrows. That must be a new feature since they've updated the game. It looks like whatever that is, it builds up over time. You probably have to deplete that in order for the tower to stop shooting, if I had to guess. Might be an update. There comes a hidden Tesla. It's going to do some pretty good damage to our Knight and our Dark Prince. We have a Witch Meta Knight, P.E.K.K.A. and a Lightning spell in our rotation. We're going to try to keep as much elixir as possible. We're going to play defense over offense. We are going to put down our Witch. Let our teammates goblin do some damage, but unfortunately, fireball and arrows came in and just wiped us out. So they were able to get 2 hits. We might be 2 games and done here. Pretty even match, though, so far, so I am not panicking yet. We have a goblin giant coming on the left. There's a lightning spell. We have to keep that in mind with our witch especially. Fortunately, we didn't have that down there. Our P.E.K.K.A.'s going up the right, and thanks to our Meta Knight splitting sides, we can now do a double push. We have our Dark Prince coming on the left, hit by some goblins, but splashed. Wall breakers go down thanks to our Meta Knight. Our P.E.K.K.A. finally dies. We're going to reinforce this witch with a knight on the right-hand side. The bats kill our Meta Knight. Arrows coming in. Now he has a knight. So we do get 3 hits off on the tower on the right-hand side with our witch. And we're back cycling to our P.E.K.K.A. Yeah, wow. 5 seconds until sudden death. Our teammate is putting down a mortar, which I don't know about that move. Here comes the hidden Tesla. We'd better lightning spell. Get rid of this wizard as well as get some damage on the tower because we are behind. Fortunately, the fireball misses our Dark Goblin. We have splash damage coming on that Meta Knight. We now have the mortar coming back. That Dark Goblin is going to lock onto the building. Splash damage. Here comes some more goblins. Goblins are going to take out their Goblin Giant, but the Tesla's back. We have the witch, which has come up from the back up to the bridge. We need to get something in front of it. Fortunately, our opponent is coming through. We're going to lightning spell this knight. Not the best card to lightning, but we need to get the damage on the tower especially. We still have our witch alive at the bridge. Here comes back to Furnace, cycling back. Bats are the counter. Here comes the Barbarian. I think it's Barbarian, not hut. That's where they spawn. What is that called? I cannot remember. You guys will let me know in the comments, I'm sure. Okay, so we've got the P.E.K.K.A. Man, our opponent is just spamming with us. Zap. Oh, my goodness. Here comes some goblins, which will help us as like a graveyard. We're going to lightning again. Hopefully we can get about 1 or 2 skellies there. Furnace at the bridge. Mortar at the bridge. Tornado just to get some more damage because now tornado spells actually leave damage as well. Zap. Then the 6-11. We need a lightning this. Can we get the tower? Yes, we do. Down to 236. Mortar coming down, which is going to distract. We can do cheap, got skeletons on the left. Fire Spirit, wait for the fireball to come in. Put the furnace back down. I could tornado just to get more splash. Zap to 120, 62. Lightning. Bada bing. Bada boom. Ha ha ha. Match over. Thank you so much, Sir Maximilton. And we are on to the next one. So far, so good with this deck. All right. Jordan. Jordan is my next teammate. He is a miner. Going to throw some spear goblins right behind. Oops. That's not good. All right. So we've got, I forget this guy's name too, but it's like a magic. He has a good distance, but he's pretty weak. So we want to keep that alive as long as possible. And also, hopefully our opponent can keep that off to the side so it doesn't get direct hits. Again, here comes another oops. The Royal Giant is starting to do some pretty big damage on that tower. Oh, and this is not good. We've got the... Not a musketeer. Man, what's that thing called? I am going blank on the name of these things. It does splash damage, obviously. Not as big as a musketeer's raw damage, but it does spray out. Have to keep an eye on the Inferno Dragon. If left alone, that will kill a tower. So we've got 1744 on the right. Our opponent's down to 1013. Let's give a little emoji to our opponent just for some encouragement. He gives us a thumbs up back. So that's a good sign. He's not thinking about leaving us. I was kind of worried about that. Okay, that was helpful. We have our opponent sending in a lightning spell, even though our wall breakers are not going to get there. We'll trade off that 6 elixir for 2. Our opponent's now dropping a Meta Knight. And is it called? Oh, it's a Magic Archer or something. I think that's right. Going to put our Witch off to the middle. Kind of give us some support on defense. Hopefully we can build that into offense. The Meta Knight coming down. We're going to send a Miner in the right-hand side. Nice. We're fortunately going to leave that Barbarian thing alone for the most part. Our Miner got a few hits off. Our Magic Archer is still doing some work. And we're going to Lightning, go ahead and get this spell. And I think our Magic Archer is going to take out this, yeah. I can't think of that thing. It's like the pink annoying thing. It scoots back every time it shoots. I don't use that. I don't think I've ever used it, actually. But I think that's like the most common card that I see when I play just random matches in like the lobby. Okay, so we're going to Tornado this Inferno Dragon away, do some splash, hopefully keep our Witch alive. Unfortunately, the P.E.K.K.A. knocks out the Witch in just one move. And if we can keep... Yeah, I don't think he's going to get back to his Lightning spell. So that is another win. Hit him with the Elixir Golem. Very good. So good work so far. Let's see if we can keep it going. Taking a long time to match here. All right, so Hoot996 is our next teammate. He has a Hog Rider. We have a Furnace. He has a Furnace. We've got lots of Furnace action going on. Going to drop that Furnace up the right. He's coming quickly to the bridge with the Dark Goblin. Going to have to play some defense on the left, but our teammate's Wizard is going to take care of that before succumbing to the Poison spell. Our opponent is absorbing all of our Fire Spirits with his Knight. We have the Witch going to do some damage and creep up to the bridge. Our opponent is going to throw down his Hog Rider. We do have the... What is that? The Rage spell. I forget the Rage spell actually does damage now. It used to just make things go faster and hit more quickly. So it could do damage on a tower a lot faster, or especially Three Musketeers. That's why I used to use the Rage spell with, or balloons. But it also kills skeletons. So that's good to know that our teammate, has the Rage spell. Not a very good placement for our Furnace, especially with this defense coming, air defense. Gonna have to do something about it, or it's gonna kill our P.E.K.K.A. Gonna zap the minions. I thought maybe it would kill the minions first, but it went for the air defense, which was good. Our Hog Rider screwed. Got nothing. Oh, man, the Electro Wizard as well as the Archers are going to take on our Witch, and really no damage to the tower as our tower comes in and cleans up the Archers. We're into double elixir time. Here comes the Poison spell to counter our Furnace. Those Fire Spirits are going to die before they get there. And there's a Fireball, so that tower is down to 146. They can pretty much cycle back to that Fireball. So this heavy push is going to have to work if we want to stay in the game. They have a Meta Knight as well as that air tower coming in. Luckily, our Fireball wipes that out. We still have some splash, so hopefully our Wizard really cleaned all that up. Going to send the Hog Rider in. Here comes the Rage spell. We're going to zap these Spirit Goblins, zap again the Archer, and the Hog Rider is going to clean up that tower. So even though we were really far behind, we're going to possibly win, but no, here comes the Fireball to tie it back up. So whoever gets the second tower first is going to win in the event that neither team is able to get a tower. Whoever is the closest to 0 will win the game. So if you are on offense, that is. If you're defense, you will lose. Going to reinforce our P.E.K.K.A. with the Wizard. That Valkyrie at the right's pretty well dead. Here comes another Hog Rider at the bridge. We do have our Zap spell, but we're going to wait for our opponent to rage. I thought he might. Going to get one quick hit. I'm going to drop the Furnace. No, we're going to let our opponent do the Dark Goblin first. Let the other troops lock on. We have the Meta Knight coming in, but we're able to use our Meta Knight. Going to tornado this Hog Rider away from the tower. Hopefully the Valkyrie can clean up before it gets a couple hits. The tower is now taking out his other troop, and so we need to refocus here, reset with our elixir. The opponents are dropping down a witch back in the back right. We're going to counter with a witch of our own. And luckily for us, it's playing a little bit of defense to stall it. Here comes a fireball to knock it down to low health, so that's probably a goner. Yep, there comes an arrow just in case. The fireball will take out the air troop. We have our wizard, and we're just going to drop this P.E.K.K.A. We need to go for it. So P.E.K.K.A. coming in. We have a fire spirit. We are going to tornado that all together. We're going to zap these spirit goblins back in the back. Meta Knight's still alive on the 812-504. We have the fireball coming in. Let's go ahead and just lightning, clean it up, 297-0. Boom. Bagok, bagok. Good job, team. So Hoot996 was able to come through in the clutch. See if we can keep it going. All right. New teammate. Same us. Going to keep our cards the exact same. What do you guys think so far? Do you think that you could beat me at Clash Royale? I'm sure you could. I'm not that good. Okay, so our teammate here, I don't know what kind of language that is, if it's Chinese or some kind of Korean or something, but we are going to put our furnace down. Looks like we've got a musketeer and a hog rider. So our opponent's going to drop a poison. I'm instantly thinking like cannon, ice golem, fireball, that really, really cheap hog cycle deck. So we're going to be very mindful with elixir in the beginning. As we get to double elixir time, that's when our advantage will kick in. And he has a rocket. So luckily, he's just rocketing our P.E.K.K.A. and the tower. But that rocket is going to put our tower to 2681. So about where we are at 2621. Double cannon. Okay, so he's got lots of buildings for our teammate's hog rider. It can easily distract our P.E.K.K.A. or Meta Knight. So, yeah, really interesting deck here. We're going to zap to help out. But before we can get any of those goblins down, he absorbs damage with the ice golem. Log coming on the left. Meta Knight coming on the right. Looking like a even balanced match so far. Launch our Fire Spirit. Our teammate's coming in with a Valkyrie. I don't like that play at the bridge because he can easily counter that and then get the elixir advantage. Yeah, definitely not a huge fan of that play. I think so far this is our weakest teammate so far. Fire Spirit did not get a hit off, but luckily our tower doesn't get any damage. We have double damage on two sides. However, because of this rocket, that's going to send him down to 1578. Got this Valkyrie to protect the bomber. Not a huge fan of that play either. We have P.E.K.K.A. Witch, which is a better combination on the left. However, we have to waste some elixir by dropping the Tesla down to defend against the Hog Rider. He counters with a cannon and some skellies. Now we're going to get some damage. Okay, so we're going to zap the rest of these goblins. We've got our witch making contact. The poison spell down to 1462. Here comes the Hog Rider again. So we're going to drop the Meta Knight, drop the Bomber. Hopefully the Bomber can avoid the bomb. It does not. So that would have saved us some elixir. We're going to lightning spell the cannon as well as the Musketeer, bringing us down to 1011. I think that's how we're going to have to win. We're going to have to cycle through to our spells. He defends with the Ice Golem. I could use our Tornado, but there's really not a point yet. So let's just wait, get them all together. We unfortunately did unlock the King Tower. We've got Fire Spirits as well as Skeletons to distract the Meta Knight. Here comes the Bomber. Here comes the Valkyrie. We've got that pesky little rocket. Here comes some Skelly. He's going to have to... lightning spell, but we did not get it done. So, unfortunately, our opponent did not help us too much in that last match, and we have lost. But anyway, that was really fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for living this 2v2 Clash Royale with me. And again, here was my deck. I have my P.E.K.K.A. up to level 14. I have the lightning spell, which is really a good spell if you can use it right. Witch to build up behind, and then, of course, the Meta Knight coming on to smash some damage, and also to help build up a really deadly, when the Elixir goes to double time, have the really expensive P.E.K.K.A. and Meta Knight together. Anyways, next time I'll go back to 270. Just wanted to take a break and give you some other content. As we are close to monetization, getting those watch hours up, I thought I would try something differently to give a different audience some time to get some exposure to the channel. But my main game is 270, the political election game. And if you've not played, I highly encourage you to check it out. I'm ranked really highly in the world. I help with the game, create candidates, and I am looking forward to the 2024 presidential election. Until next time, this is Brendan Borman, and I'll catch you guys in the next 270 video.